We're definitely not going to know through CNN or through Yahoo News. Those ones who are sitting and waiting and actively doing something for his return, we will be informed. Our hearts, because now we're putting the satellites there to receive that heavenly message, then that message will come to us. If you're not following a Shaykh, if you're not following this way especially, and speaking to you directly, straight, you may not like my answer, but it's okay. You ask me the question, I'm going to say. You don't have to like my answer. If you're not following a Shaykh, and if you're not following this tariqat especially, then it's going to be confusing. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be muddled. If you're sitting there thinking that it's going to be some sort of mystical experience that does not take any effort on your part, you're living your life as you like, you're doing everything, you sort of believe in Mahdi alayhi salam, but belief is something else. To live that belief is something else. And hoping that when Mahdi alayhi salam calls the takbir and everything is good. You know what is more important to ask? Well, first, let me finish that part. If you're not following a Shaykh, it is pretty confusing. It can be. Because now so many people are claiming that they are Mahdis also. We're not accepting those ones. We're accepting what our Shaykh is going to tell us, what he's going to inform us. We're accepting what he is receiving from Sultan al-Awliya. We are not receiving anything from Sultan al-Awliya directly. He has appointed our Shaykh. So we're going to follow our Shaykh, and he will inform us, and it will be very clear. As much as we are holding on to him tightly, he will inform us. That is easy. Now, what is important is, and we've talked about this so many times, a lot of people, they are busy with Mahdi alayhi salam. But my suggestion is, be busy with Dajjal. The Christians, they're waiting for Christ. But they're saying there are also the signs of the Antichrist. Because when the Antichrist comes, when Dajjal is coming, it is signaling the coming of Mahdi alayhi salam. So, very few people, they are concentrating on Dajjal. I'm looking. Not scholars, not sheikhs, not imams. They're not. Couple of people here and there, but because their knowledge is not complete and is not linked, connected to heavenly stations, they may talk about Dajjal, but it is not complete, it is broken. It leads people to a certain point, then they take a detour somewhere else. Isn't it? They make you aware that Dajjal signs here, this, you see this, you see these signs, these buildings, these things, these people, this music. And after that, it takes a detour. It does not connect you to those ones who are representing Mahdi alayhi salam. It must. Because the big Dajjal, before he appears, he has deputies, 99 of them. And they have appeared. Before Mahdi alayhi salam appears, he also has appointed deputies in this world, everywhere. And if you are holding on tightly to one of his deputies, yes, then that time, you're okay. You will be alright. That time, you'll not be tricked by Dajjal, and you'll not be tricked with those ones claiming that they're Mahdi alayhi salam, but in actuality, they are Dajjal. How are you going to know all this? First, sit down and think and use your intelligence. Connect yourself to Allah if you're not following a Shaykh. To the Prophet. Ask Allah to appoint a ruler, a leader, a sultan, a Shaykh to you. This is ayat. Then with that ruler, with that master, then things will start becoming clear to you. Otherwise, You don't know which direction to go. You read this book, it's saying this, you see this article from a newspaper is saying this shaykh is saying this imam is saying this scholar is saying this, everything gets mixed up. If you're following one shaykh, at that time everything is filtered and you take what is necessary for you. But people, they're not concentrating on Dajjal. All these ones who are supposed to wake the people up, they are not. Allahu Alam if they're part of that system. If you know that there's going to be a huge earthquake that is going to happen, it's going to tear everything to pieces, you know it is coming. You're going to start warning the people. You're going to tell them, stop everything. Run. Don't worry about what you're wearing. Don't worry about what kind of things you're going to have in your pockets. Don't worry about all these things that people are worrying about today that is important. Run. Earthquake and a tsunami, worse than that is coming. And those ones who are supposed to be warning us, they're not warning us. They say, you know what? Live your life comfortable. You are fine. You are high station. You are a saint. You are a scholar. Concentrate on this life. Then they've taken a detour. They've taken us to go to a detour. You know that one, the Pied Piper of Hamelin, that story? Playing the pipe and leading all the children and bringing them to a mountain and closing. We're becoming that. So we need to follow someone who is not going to trick us. You will find him. If you are sincere, you will find him. Don't say how, don't say why Allah is not sending it to me directly. Maybe Allah is sending it to you through this. But what is stopping you? You have to sit down and ask. So how are you going to know? If you are following a shaykh, he will let you know, these are the signs. These are the signs of Dajjal. These are the signs of darkness. And there has to be complete darkness first before the light is going to appear. Then when that light appears, understand that that light is going to look like this. That light is going to look like this. It's not going to look like that. Because others may claim that they are Mahdi alayhi salam and they're going to bring a light. Never forget, Dajjal is going to present the paradise as a hell and the hell as a paradise. He will have so many extraordinary powers that people who are looking for this kind of extraordinary powers, now, even in tarikats, they're going to follow him. And Dajjal is going to come wearing the robes and the clothes of prophets. He is not, as the hadith is saying, kafara is going to be written there, one eye big, one eye closed. All these are codes that the Prophet has put. All these are symbols and signs. He's going to look beautiful. He's going to have a charisma. Those ones whose hearts, they are open because they love the Prophet and they love the Sharia. And they hate the system that we're living in now. Will look at that, will look through that, yes, and they will see kafir on his forehead. But those ones who want the powers of this world, they want the treasures of this world, they're going to look at him and they're going to say, this one must be Mahdi, because there's power over life and death. So, there are so many false ones now, definitely. Everywhere they are. Every day we're hearing, one is popping up here, one is popping up there, one is on YouTube claiming that he is Mahdi, one is claiming that he is another one. So many. What are they promising? First thing we have to ask, Mahdi alayhi salam, he is going to bring, because I'm answering your question now, how are you going to know that? Mahdi alayhi salam is going to come to bring Shariat. And he's going to bring up the lost traditions of the Prophet ﷺ. He's going to bring up the lifestyle that people have lost. So, if that one is claiming to be a Mahdi, and he's going completely against the Sharia, that should be a sign enough for an intelligent person. You don't need any other sign. You don't need for him to perform miracles. That is enough. You're seeing that he's promoting values that is against to Islam. Then that one is definitely not Mahdi. So, Inshallah Rahman, this is a big fitna. The fitna of Dajjal. I don't know why scholars are not concentrating. I know why. You must know why. The fitna of Dajjal, the fitna that we're living in now in this 21st century, in this Akhir Zaman, it is huge. It is so huge that the Prophet ﷺ was frightened from it. Prophet was frightened 1400 years ago. But us living now in this thick of this fitna, we are so relaxed. And the scholars are saying, no, don't talk about all that. Don't scare people. It's a springtime. Wrong. Wrong. That is a sign of Dajjal. Assalamu alaikum.